Nasasabik sa unang araw ng eskwela, taas kamay with confidence. Let's do the first day high! First day of school, laging may kaba. Sino ba naman ang gustong mag-isa? Sana may cute na makatabi, may bagong kaibigan tapos ng klase. Lakas loob, hanapin ng katropa, sumabay sa sayaw. Let's do the first day high! Nasasabik sa unang araw ng eskwela, taas kamay with confidence. Let's do the first day high! Umaapaw sa talino, do the rainy high. Kung mayaman si papa, do the saucy high. Pag mahilig ka sa sports, do the MVP high. Kung cool ka na stick, do the rubber high. Pag solid sa bait, do the nice guy high. Itaas ng kamay, let's do the first day high. First day high! Nasasabik sa unang araw ng eskwela, taas kamay with confidence. Let's do the first day high! Iba't iba ang hilig, magkakasundo sa trip. Kung gusto mong sumama, welcome to my first day high! Taas na huwag kang mag-alala, tiwala sa sarili, huwag ka nang
Preview.
Ang topic natin ngayon ay about motivation. Ang motivation ay ito ang bagay na nag-push sa'yo para gawin ang isang bagay. Kunwari, yung parents nyo nagsabi na kung maganda yung grades nyo, meron kayong reward na matatanggap. O kaya yung pamilya mo naghihirap, kaya motivate ka mag-aral ng mabuti. By the way, class, since GenPsy VID ngayon, wala na tayong klase. Pero, kailangan nyo pumunta sa exhibit para gumawa ng report. At kung sa report, kung po sa report. Okay, nag-read ka na sa akin. Goodbye, class.
Preview.
Anong room? Pero taas yun, pre. Basta mayroon na kailangan panoorin. Ano pala eh? O tara, pasok tayo.
The race starts with the act of love. Tens of millions of spermatozoa rush ahead on a hunting trip that may eventually lead to a fateful encounter and a promise of new life. Only one can win. The rest will end their lives in a matter of days. In the marathon race to life, there are no consolation prizes. Only one winner will merge with the ovum. The sperm move forward by wiggling their tails through the dangerous obstacle track, the acidity in the vagina, the cervix and the uterus. The obstacles claim many lives. The slow and weak give up. Others go off track, lose direction, or get trapped. The road separates into two fallopian tubes, but there is an ovum waiting in only one of them. Not only stamina and talent count, this journey also requires a lot of luck. Strong currents prevent the sperm from continuing forward. The follicles on the uterine wall capture many and hold them back. Finally, at the end of the tunnel, like a mysterious star, the ovum. The sperm attack is merciless. A sperm cell carries a mysterious load. Each can create a unique human being unlike any other in the world. Now, there are only about 100 sperm left competing for the ovum. But only one will make it through the ovum's protective layer. In their final efforts, one suddenly manages to penetrate. It is the winner. After the ovum is pierced, it hardens and becomes impermeable. For the rest of the sperm, the journey has ended in failure. For the winner, it is the beginning. It sheds its now unnecessary tail and load and is free. The father's genetic material merges with the mother's. A new and unique cell is created, the fertilized ovum. At this moment, almost all of the future baby's features are determined, and fetal development begins.
Within a week of conception, your fertilized egg, known as a blastocyst, will make its way to your uterus. The egg is about the size of a pen tip. In days, the cells in the egg arrange themselves into groupings. The inner cell mass will become your baby. The outer cells will become the amniotic sac and placenta. The blastocyst then sheds its protective casing in a process called hatching and burrows into the lush uterine wall. Around week 5, your developing baby is the size of a sesame seed. The cells that once formed the blastocyst's inner cell mass begin organizing and arranging, giving shape to the young embryo and forming primitive organs. Your baby's brain and spinal cord are visible through his translucent skin. Right around this time, your baby's circulatory system also forms, and his heart begins to beat. Your baby looks more like a tiny tadpole than a human. He's drawing nutrients and oxygen through the newly formed placenta and umbilical cord. By week 9, the embryonic tail is gone. Your baby's looking more human every day. With protruding limbs and fingers, a defined nose, mouth, and eyes, and tiny earlobes. Your new resident is about the size of a grape and weighs a fraction of an ounce. It's hard to believe how rapidly one cell evolves in such a short time into the unmistakable body of a baby. At 10 weeks and barely the size of a kumquat, your baby is entering the fetal stage of development. His facial features are defined, and his tooth buds are forming. Over the next weeks, his tissues and organs will rapidly grow and mature. The webbing is gone between his fingers and toes, and his nails and fingerprints are developing. Your baby can open and close his fists and curl his toes. Thanks to his developing muscles and reflexes, he's now moving his limbs and kicking up a storm. If this is your first baby, though, you likely won't feel his flutters until 18 to 20 weeks. Through translucent skin, his vital organs are visible and functioning, including his growing brain, nervous system, intestines, and liver, which is making red blood cells in place of the disappearing yolk sac. The umbilical cord is working hard now. One vein delivers oxygen and nutrient-rich blood to your baby. 2 arteries then carry the blood away. Around week 12, the kidneys have begun producing urine, which your baby will soon start excreting into the amniotic fluid. He'll swallow the fluid and the process will begin again. By week 14, your baby's eyes and ears have moved into place, and he can squint, frown, and grimace. You're now beginning the 2nd trimester of pregnancy, which many women say is when they feel their best. Between 15 and 20 weeks, your baby will more than double in size. As his body grows, his nervous system is rapidly maturing. His nerves are connecting his brain to the rest of his body, traveling from the brain through the brainstem and down the spine. and beginning to extend into his torso and limbs. Your baby's skeleton is changing too. The soft cartilage is starting to harden into bone. This happens first in the arms and legs. Sensory development is picking up speed. Your baby's brain is designating special areas for smell, taste, hearing, vision, and touch. At this stage, your baby may be able to hear your heartbeat and voice. So read aloud or sing a happy tune. Your baby may even be sucking his thumb now. At about 18 weeks, you'll start to experience one of the most exciting parts of pregnancy, feeling your baby's movements. His flexing arms and legs may feel like gentle flutters at first. They'll become even stronger and more frequent in the weeks ahead. At 20 weeks, your baby weighs a little more than 10 ounces and measures about 10 inches from head to heel, about the length of a banana. This week is a big milestone, the halfway point in your pregnancy.
Erik Erikson developed his 8 stages of psychosocial development to explain how humans evolve morally from infancy to late adulthood. In each stage, a person confronts and hopefully masters a set of challenges, building on the successful completion of earlier stages. Failure to complete each stage may lead to future problems. The first stage centers around the infant's basic needs being met by the parents. The infant depends on the parents, especially the mother, for food, sustenance, and comfort. If the basic needs of the infant are not met, she may learn to mistrust and find that the world is an unpredictable and unreliable place. As a child gains control over limited functions and motor abilities, she begins to explore her surroundings. Children in this stage begin to feed, wash and dress themselves, and use the bathroom. If caregivers demand too much too soon, refuse to let children perform tasks of which they are capable, they may instead develop shame and doubt about their ability to handle problems. Children in this stage face the complexities of planning and developing a sense of judgment. Children in this stage are gaining independence from their caregiver and are able to make choices about the activities they would like to pursue. This can include risk-taking behaviors such as crossing a street alone or riding a bike without a helmet. If the parent encourages the child's efforts while also helping him make realistic and appropriate choices, he develops initiative. But if instead the parent discourages his pursuits, the child can develop guilt about his needs and desires. Children at this age are becoming more aware of themselves as individuals. They work hard at being responsible, being good, and doing things right. Erikson viewed the elementary school years as critical for the development of self-confidence. Children at this age need recognition for the things that they do. If they're instead ridiculed by their parents or teachers, they may develop feelings of inferiority about their capabilities. The adolescent is very concerned with how he is viewed by others and how he fits in with his peers. As they make the transition from childhood to adulthood, adolescents ponder the roles they play in the world around them, with their family, their friends, and society as a whole. In their quest to fit in, adolescents may experiment with different activities and behaviors. This can lead to role confusion. While young adults are still eager to blend their identities with friends, in this stage they begin to focus on building intimate romantic relationships. While many young adults desire love and companionship and pursue that, some are afraid of rejection and being turned down, which can lead to isolation. Once people have established their identities, they are ready to make long-term commitments to others. They become capable of forming intimate, reciprocal relationships. During middle age, the primary developmental task is contributing to society and helping to guide future generations. When a person makes a contribution during this period by helping to better society, she feels a sense of productivity and accomplishment. If a person is self-centered and does not feel that he has helped to contribute to the betterment of society, he may develop feelings of stagnation and be dissatisfied with his productivity. As people grow older, they tend to slow down their productivity and begin their retirement. They contemplate their accomplishments and are able to develop integrity if they see themselves as leading successful lives. If they feel they did not accomplish enough in life, this can lead to despair, depression, and hopelessness. Understanding Erickson's theory can be beneficial to a social worker in planning intervention and understanding a client's behavior.
Naganda pala ng movie. Oh, pre, rock, pre, sobrang rock.
Gawin na natin yung report mamaya.
Sige, gawin na nga natin.
Tara.
Hoy, pre, pansin ko, masyado kang mahihayin ngayon, pre. Ano bang gumugulo sa isip mo, pre?
Stress, pre.
Pre?
Stress ako sa report ko.
Sa report mo, pre? Pre, huwag ka masyado stress, pre.
Mas wala yan, pre.
Sama yan sa...
Dito naman kami mga tropa mo eh. Tulungan ka naman namin, pre.
Pre, mahihayin kasi ako eh. Kaya,
Pre, pag stress na stress ka talaga, pre. Kaya mo ako. Pag ako stress na stress, rock lang ng music, pre. Kinig lang ang music.
try ko, pre.
Pre, effective yan, pre.
Nakakatulong talaga yun sa'yo, pre.
Thank you.
Lahat, pre.
Preview.
Ano? Ay, ano ba yan? Nakakainis! Tingnan mo! Ay, nako! Ano ba yan? Hindi pa ako tapos mag-review. Tapos, meron pa kaming GenPsy VID. Paano ako makakapunta sa mga activity? Kailangan ko mag-aral! Nakakainis!
Okay, sige. Titingnan ko na yung schedule ko para bukas, ha? O sige, bye! Matingnan nga itong planner. Ha? Hindi pala ako pwede sa Monday. Kailangan ko pa na magpasalon. Eh, meron kaming gagawin para sa GenPsy Week. Ano ba yan? Tuesday, hindi rin pwede. Paano yan? Magpapa-nail art pa naman ako. Ano ba yan? Anong gagawin ko? Stress! Oh my gosh! Mali pala ako ng dinaanan. Stress!
Everyone needs a little stress in their life to perform. Think of a musical instrument. Without enough tension, it goes seriously off tune. But too much stress or tension, and the string could snap. It's the same thing with our bodies. The trick is to keep stress under control and in balance. But what is stress anyway? How does it affect your body and your mind? And what can you do about it? Let's look inside the human body so you can see firsthand exactly what stress is. First off, stress starts off as a feeling and a reaction to certain situations. It's the body's way of making you more alert and ready to take on a challenge. Stress can feel like butterflies in your stomach, worried, cranky, headache, hard to concentrate, jumpy. So let's say you have a big test coming up. You may think all the stress happens in your mind, but actually research shows that your entire body can be affected by stress. Let's take a closer look. When you encounter a perceived threat or are placed in a stressful situation, the hypothalamus, a tiny region at the base of your brain, sets off an alarm system in your body. Through a combination of nerve and hormonal signals, this system prompts your adrenal glands, located atop of your kidneys, to release a surge of hormones, including adrenaline and cortisol. Adrenaline increases your heart rate, elevates your blood pressure, and boosts energy supplies. Cortisol, the primary stress hormone, increases sugars, glucose, in the bloodstream. This natural reaction is called the stress response, and it can help us out a lot when we're in a critical situation, like when a driver or cyclist has to slam on the brakes. All of these stress reactions enhance a person's ability to perform well under pressure. In a milder form, and if managed, the stress response can help you concentrate better and perform better for a recital, an athletic event, or even a test. The problem is that the body doesn't always reset itself to normal, and over the long term, if your mind and body are constantly on edge, you may face health problems. The good news is that you have a lot of control over stress, and if you get in tune with what stresses you out, you can make a plan to manage stress and keep it working for you. How can you bust stress? Sleep. Sleep is the time when your brain and body recharge. Get musical. Listening or playing music is a good stress reliever. Laugh. Laughter fires up and cools down your stress response and increases your heart rate and blood pressure, producing a good, relaxed feeling. Ask for help. Just by asking a trusted adult for help, you'll be able to tune your stress response down a notch. Make like a pro athlete and try out relaxation exercises, like deep breathing and visualization. Exercise and stay active. Just like sleep, exercise chills out your stress response and turns on endorphins, the body's natural feel-good hormones. Be a problem solver. Get proactive and make a plan to help you manage stressful situations like homework or other challenges you might face. So what's in it for you if you learn to master your stress and turn on your relaxation response? You will concentrate better, have less stomach aches. You might find tests are easier to take. You'll be in a better mood. And guess what? If you keep it up over a lifetime, you might even be healthier too. Too much stress can bring on illness or increase the severity of them, like diabetes and heart disease. Sounds good, doesn't it? Every person is different, so you'll need to experiment to find out which stress-relieving strategies work best for you. The activity sheets that go along with this video will help you figure that out. If you keep at it, before you know it, you'll be in tune with your emotions and your stress. And that's like beautiful music for our bodies, our brains, and our overall health.